Hey guys, here's my next project, and I just wanted to show you what I'm struggling with. My plan is to take a broken OneWheel Plus that had a broken controller. It kind of burned here. I don't know what happened, but it doesn't look good. So instead of the original OneWheel controller, I will put in a much more powerful little FOCer. It's version V3. You can buy those at makerspev.com, or in Europe there's customwheel.shop. I'll have the links in the description below. And yeah, so this controller is going to now power the OneWheel Plus, and at first I will just start off with the standard OneWheel Plus battery, which we know is not very powerful. It's equivalent to a 14S lithium-ion battery, and once everything is working, I will replace it with an 18S battery. For that purpose, I 3D printed a XR style housing on an Ender 3, which was kind of a project, but it worked out. I had to print it vertically like this, but it came out pretty good. And the biggest challenge is the controller. The controller, you're literally trying to fit in a square controller into a rectangular housing. This is the housing, and as you can see, this barely fits and actually doesn't fit in all the way if you're trying to get it all the way flush. So instead of using this housing, someone generously donated his 3D printed housing. That was for the version 1 of the little FOCer, but it also doesn't quite fit. I need to modify it. But even if I modify it, it is still extremely tight. And then these huge connectors, I have this here as well, which the guys from Makers PV donated to me as well. And I have the connectors for the foot pad and the hall sensors. And then for the battery, I will just run a 12 AWG cable straight from the battery and connect it using XT60 or XT90 connectors to have the anti-spark effect. And yeah, so the battery is not a problem. The challenge is connecting the side with the motor connector and the hall sensors and fitting it all in. And it's kind of ridiculous because the XR is so much bigger than the pint-sized fun wheels, yet I'm struggling with space like I never have before. So I'm not very good with all this mechanical stuff. If I had a big enough printer, I would just print this housing and redesign it and make it larger so that I could just put it down like I would in the fun wheel here. But my Ender 3 is too small, so I will probably just completely sacrifice any waterproofing and dustproofing. I'll probably just butcher the hell out of this housing until I make it fit, just for initial testing. And maybe sometime down the road I'll figure out a way to print a larger housing that I can comfortably fit this in. And I do not want to sacrifice this handle. I'm not a fan of the mag handle. I like the handle in the front compartment. I can fit it into a fun wheel. Why can't I fit it into an XR? So I will have to figure all this out. But yeah, so this is my next project, and hopefully once I have my 18S battery that I put in here, it will be a vehicle that's comparable to an XR. So yeah, it's going to be a struggle, and hopefully I'll get it all done. because I really would like to see how the VESC performs with a hypercore, because so far with the FUB 188 based hubs like the float wheel and the Fungineers wheel, the performance isn't the same, and some people keep saying that it's the hypercore that makes all the difference. So I really want to try it for myself. So stay tuned.